Today we're going to show you everything you need to know to lift your Polaris Xpedition with the AGM Electric Jack Pro. I'm Brian with AGM and this is how you lift. Where we test real vehicles in real situations and show you the best way to get the job done, because how you lift it matters. Trust me, it's happened to us more times than I care to admit. Nothing kills the fun faster than a simple trail fix turning into a whole new list of headaches, but it doesn't have to be that way. We make jacks that can actually help you with real trail repairs. So today I'm not only going to show you how to lift your Xpedition, I'm going to show you how to make it safer and easier, so even a trail repair becomes just another part of the adventure. Let's get into it. Quick tip before we get started: if your car is drivable, try to park in a place that is flat with no rocks or debris. That way, if you have to work on the car or under the car, you're not fighting all that extra stuff. Also, make sure you put it in park. And if you have anything in the car, or if you can find any rocks, sticks, branches, whatever around, chock a tire. That way you know this thing's not going to roll while you're doing your repair. First thing we're going to do is pull the jack out of the mount. Grab our universal hook out of our bag, and we'll start here at the rear of the car. Now with Xpeditions, we like picking up from the side. It's super simple to get to. You don't have to get under the car. There's a frame rail that's actually located directly under the rocker panel here. You can see these screws along the rail are installed into it, and you can also feel ones on the bottom screwed into that same tube as well. That way you know where you need to locate. So to get to that, we'll open our pad, install our hook. We're going to lower the clamp so that it gets to about the right height. Then I'm going to place this in the doorway. That way there's no chance of this getting into the body of the car if something shifts and causing any damage. A little bit low. Bring that up a skosh. Now what we're going to do is push the bottom of the jack in a bit more than the top of the jack. And the reason we do that is so that as the car lifts, the jack follows it, and you're in an upright position with the jack when you're all the way up off the ground. The reason that's important is if we started with the jack vertical at the bottom of the lift, or even with the top in, as you pick up and the car pivots off of the wheels on the opposite side, the pad starts to turn into kind of a ramp where the car could fall off of that. We don't want to do that. So bottom in, top out. We now have our point of contact here with the pad. We're also touching the body of the car with the body of the jack. That gives us our second point of contact, adds a little bit more stability. With those in place, we can lift. Okay, tire is off the ground and we're ready to perform our repair. Here's a quick tip for you. If you're going to have the car up for an extended period of time, grab an ice chest, spare tire, toolbox, whatever you have in the car, or something from the surrounding area. Slide that under the car. It's going to act as a second point of contact. Even if it's not quite touching the car, what it also does is, God forbid the car falls off the jack, now you have something to catch the car. Adds a little bit more safety, helps you get back onto the trail quicker. For the front lift, we're going to again pick up from the side of the car. So we'll open that front door. That way we're keeping that nice, pretty graphic package away from the jack. Just like we did in the rear, we'll locate here under the rocker. We're going to tilt the bottom of the jack in, top of the jack out. We'll get those 2 points of contact and go ahead and lift. Tires off the ground and you're ready to start your repair. Just a quick note, all the lifts we showed today were picking up from the side of the Xpedition. The reason for that is this car has very little down travel. You can get in there, make your lift, do your repair, and not have to mess around with the angle of the arms, which when you have a flat can be a bit more extreme. Plus there's concerns with body panels and fenders. So if you do need to lift from the suspension, you're more than welcome to do that. We just prefer to lift from the side of the car because it's very simple and you can get the job done quickly and safely. Now that we got a flat, we can put it all together and show you what a tire change looks like. That door open. I'm going to adjust the collar on the jack. Somewhere about there. Install our hook. Jack under the car. We're going to kick that pad in a little bit further than the top of the jack. Get that second point of contact on the body here and lift. Okay, with that up in the air, let's pull the wheel off. Now, I'm using an impact. If you're not using an impact, you're doing this by hand, do yourself a favor. Before you lift, break all your lug nuts loose. That's going to save you a little bit of time. Now, you can see I caught all the lug nuts. We're doing that because we don't want these to fall into the dirt and potentially get any dirt inside the threads. We would hate to put this back on, have that dirt run between the threads and end up galling the lug nut to the stud, forcing you to potentially have to replace a stud. So keep them clean. Now, if they fall, no big deal. Just knock them out, blow it out, make sure it's clean, and then store those in a nice safe spot. We'll get this guy off, grab one that's got a bit more air. Just a skosh. Okay, a couple things to note as we put this back on. We're going to start everything by hand. That way we know none of the lugs cross thread. Get these on. With those on, now we're going to use the impact to tighten this down. We're going to do this in a cross pattern. That way we know the wheel tightens flat to the rotor. If we did this in a circle pattern, there's a chance we could pull the wheel into the rotor at an angle. Now we would tighten all these up. We wouldn't know that it's not perfectly seated. As soon as you go start to drive, that's going to center itself up and those lugs will come loose. The wheel will fall off. So do yourself a favor, use the star pattern. Now, because I want to know all of these are tight and I don't have a torque wrench here, I'm going to go ahead and go around this one more time with the gun, make sure everything is seated properly. All right, with the lugs tight, we can lower the jack. Shut the door and get back on the trail. And that is everything you need to know about lifting your Polaris Xpedition with the AGM Electric Jack Pro. Now, today's video had one goal, and that's to make trail repair safer and easier because how you lift it matters. I'm Bryan with AGM, and this is how you lift it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.